Backstage Rock on the Range coverage continues for 2018. I'm Lou Brutus. This is not the coolest bus because of its temperature, although it is nice here and it's really hot outside. It's the coolest because it's the only one here that has a flag from the state of Missouri on the front because it's Shaman's Harvest. Nate, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing. I like that you said it right, man.
Missouri.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, and all the guys are here. How y'all doing? The first thing we got to talk about is these shows with Blackstone Cherry because they are one of my favorite live bands and they're really good. And I think you're one of the few groups that can give them a run for their money and give them better than they get.
We try, man. I tell you what, we were kind of glad it was over. We got tired of getting our ass handed to us every single night. That's an outstanding band, though. It really is one of the best live bands in the business.
And does it help that people from Missouri are morally superior to people from Kentucky?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone is morally superior to people from Kentucky, but I don't hold it against them.
I'm going to get my ass kicked next time I go down to Frankfurt. You're on a really tough run with a lot of shows, but I would think that if you can't get the energy up for Rock on the Range, you wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, no, it's time to retire at that point. Yeah, we're in the middle of, I think it's 11 shows in 12 days, but I mean, it's awesome. It's not the Groundhog Day that touring usually is, you know. We're mixing it with some festivals, doing some headliner stuff, you know, playing with Blackstone, Tremonti, Nonpoint, all those kinds of things.
Well, let's talk about Tremonti a little bit because he's one of those guys that I've always said is one of the most underrated musicians of any kind, any instrument, anything on the planet. How do you like watching him up close, and what do you learn?
He's intense, man. Even before he goes on for about an hour, he's just back there just noodling around and getting his chops up. I mean, a guy at that level that still takes the time to warm up, you know what I mean, is, you know, he's in it for the right reasons.
Well, you know, you and I were having this conversation a little bit earlier that you guys are finally, I think, starting to reap the benefits of hard work that you have been doing over the course of several records and tons of touring. I think you guys are hitting a peak now that you've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, it's nice when you got the crowd out there singing the songs that weren't a single, you know, like I mean, it's great when they sing anything, but they can sing somebody else's song as long as they're singing something. But when they're singing the B-sides and like they're really getting into it and the guarantees are getting better and we can pay for a bus now, that's kind of nice.
I remember the trailer days.
Yeah, the old trailer days, van and trailer, that was rough. I'm trying to forget
smell on that thing. That was no
God.
offense. No
No,
offense.
it's still
It
there.
was ripe.
Yeah, no, it still smells like that. I was in it the other day, just to revisit.
The cartoon stink line still rising up when you open the door.
It's bad.
I mean, what do you learn from those days that you're able to put into motion now?
Well, I mean, you see what you can handle. You know, 8-9 guys in a van, you know, for 8 months straight. I mean, anything like that, you're gonna learn. I guarantee you, if a successful band that got along, if somebody were to document that would be the answer to peace worldwide. I swear to God, man. But yeah, we know what we can handle, and when we get tired, we just remember those days right there.
You know, I've always found it really interesting because there is, for lack of a better term, there's a strand of Southern rock DNA in what you do, and in what Blackstone Cherry does, in what bands that went before you, like Seven Mary 3 from Florida years ago. And I don't know what the right term would be, like a cultural wall up against some artists like that in some parts of the United States. Did you ever find that? And if so, why do you think you're able to overcome it more now?
Well, with a band like us, it's, you know, people are comfortable when they can put you in a genre. It makes them feel better about it. But we're kind of all over the place. So yeah, it's definitely difficult to you know, push for certain markets. But I mean, it's the slow burn, like we were talking about earlier. You just keep on keeping on, and you see the payoff every show. It's more and more. Every time you come back to that city, there's more and more people there, and I think having that, it almost sets up for an underground fan base a little bit for that kind of thing, and that's it's kind of the goal that we all look for as musicians, is to be able to, you know, if we could all be Clutch, right? And like, you know,
I love those guys.
Great rock and roll
what
band.
Players.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Great riders, great players. and they're filling up, 1,500 people every night, and that's perfect for them.
Devil in Our Wake has become such a huge song for you guys, and I don't know why it's not like it's head and shoulders better than anything you've ever done before, but this seems to be the one that's clicking, not only in places you've done well before, but in places where I think you hadn't really gotten a lot of traction before. Why do you suppose?
I like to say that it's people are paying attention to the lyrics, and it's it's their current affairs, what the song gets into. But man, it's just, it all goes back to a groove. Every song always goes back to a groove. I don't care what it is. If it's got a nice tight pocket groove and it's just got a good feel about it, which is kind of a juxtaposition with the lyrics, but it works well.
Yeah, because it's not an easy song. Like when you look at if you look at a lyric sheet for this tune and read it, it reads
it's
pretty
heavy.
rough.
Yeah.
I mean, are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with the reaction that you get back from people when you're saying something and it's not just I love you, you love me,
Well, music. So politics is quite the divide. It's easy to be divisive about, especially now. But music, if
I resent that,
right. If they dig the song, man, it's they can stomach with whatever it is that you're spitting at them. So I think it's a testament to the song, I guess, if because we have a lot of fan base that aren't necessarily see things the way I did in that song when I was writing lyrics, but they dig it, and if not, then they made it about something else, which is just as good to me. As long as they buy the record.
Now, when you get back home, how are things with family and friends? Because you guys have become a real big deal, but you're still staying in the same area. People obviously know what you do. What's the reaction like, and what do they ask you about?
Man, we've been there for so long. People are just like, yeah, but no big deal. Like, oh, here he goes again. Here comes the rock star. You know what I mean? Walking into the break time to pick up some cigarettes and whatever. Busch Light is what I prefer to drink.
Now, is that the catch-all store? Is that where you can go in?
Yeah, you get everything.
Can you get fishing lures in there,
you
too?
You get bait, tackle, all that stuff. It smells really awful. Yeah.
You're going to take me there when I come,
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
We're going to get some stank bait.
Just so you know, watching this and listening to this.
We're going to teach you how to noodle.
What is noodling?
Oh, man.
You're not going to get me drunk and I'm going to wake up in the woods a couple of days later, right?
That's a different kind of noodling.
Okay.
Now, noodling is when you go down the river and you find a catfish hole where they're getting ready to breed, and you wiggle your fingers in front of the catfish, and the catfish comes and bites your fingers, and then you pull them up out of the water. You don't need a fishing rod or nothing.
See, I'm from New Jersey. The catfish have guns and stuff. They're dangerous.
Oh, these are much friendlier catfish. You just hope you don't get a snapping turtle.
Well, we had snapping turtles where I grew up in New Jersey, and again, they were all packing as well. But are you sure this is safe for me?
It's definitely not safe at all, but it's a good time.
Find the city boy here.
It's a good time. We'll teach you a safe way to do it.
What else do we do? Do we fish? Do we go river rafting? What do we do?
Yeah, man. We go fish. We'll river raft. We'll teach you how to cut wood. We'll have a bonfire.
Yeah, Lou's going to chop wood. And today, Tuesday around here, is we take out the garbage day. You take out all the garbage.
You guys don't take out garbage in New Jersey, man. It just piles up in the street, right?
So I know you're going to take a little bit of a break, but what's going to come up the rest of the year?
We're still touring. We're putting together another tour for July. And
Who with?
We're bringing out. You remember the boys, Royal Bliss? Remember that band?
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, man. Bringing those boys out. And who else are we bringing out? Oh, Blacktop Mojo. That's
Another
a really
great
cool,
band, yeah.
cool Southern rock band. And then we'll put together another headliner in fall.
Good stuff. I'll tell you what, and I've been waiting for you guys to hit a song that was really going to explode. You've had stuff do well before, but now it's really seeming to click. I'm very, very happy for you. You work hard.
Thanks, brother.
And I love seeing you, whether it'll be Shiley Acres this year or someplace else, or whether I just fly my ass down to Missouri and we hang out and go noodling.
There you go. Apostrophe.
Shaman's Harvest, Backstage, Rockin' the Range 2018.